Top on the first like the piece.
All right, everybody. I'm gonna get started with the first topic, and this is kind of a two-part topic, but I'm gonna put two things out there. First, I'm gonna say the Boy Scouts of America, and I'm gonna say Chick-fil-A. And it's two things that's been in the news circulating recently because of in one case the discrimination of
which one?
I don't really young gay boys who are not allowed to join the Boy Scouts of America.
I don't know much of the Boy Scouts.
And of course in Chick-fil-A's case where they opened the founder and CEO went out and said,
no, wait, what happened with the Boy Scouts?
Boy Scouts are basically saying that it's not allowed for gay people to be volunteer for the Boy Scouts to help the Boy Scouts, and they don't want any gay kids or kids of gay parents to be in the Boy Scouts.
Now, we're going to stick with the topics. We are not going to stray from politics and everything else. We really have to.
Though Chick-fil-A is a religious thing.
But when you start quoting Bible verses, then you're going out of
But I'm gonna ask this constant. You hold.
Chicken and fries.
I know you got something you must say about the Boy Scouts thing. So, go ahead.
As a former Boy Scout myself, Troop 610, I would like to say you have played a part of who I am today. The fact that you have young, pubescent 13 and 14 and 15-year-old boys in the woods, in cabins, and in tents, sleeping, minding their own business. All of a sudden, I feel a hand come into my sleeping bag. Wasn't the troop master, because he would have got cut. But the fact that, how are you going to disallow gay kids from coming into the Boy Scouts when
pretty much you get turned out in Boy Scouts?
My question is, when I was Boy Scout age,
young gay experiences having is when you're away out in the woods and stuff like that, and a bunch of boys secluded in a place like that. That's pretty much how most of that happens. So it's wrong for you to say that.
Maybe that's where they got the idea for Brokeback Mountain.
And it's not just because a person is gay that will cause something like that to insinuate. It's just something that happens, I guess. And it's like for you to discriminate against a child, I mean, being different I think it's just wrong. And if you feel as though that child should have like some type of special needs in that area, you should create some type of special needs area for that child. But for you to just disqualify the child from being all they can be I think it's just wrong.
Right. The Boy Scouts is a very good experience. I mean, hell, I got to learn about camping. I learned how to start a fire. I learned about different knots, what snakes are poisonous, what snakes you can eat. It was a good experience. But I'll never forget when we had to go to Harford County we had our own little spot. We had a cabin and we had a bunch of tents. I took a nap in the cabin, and I felt something come under my covers.
I think we should stop this story.
And no, I'm not. I'm gonna keep it PG. I'm gonna keep it G rated. I raised my
beauty spot. Oh, I was joking, but okay.
What he said happened.
Well, here's my question. How many kids at that age know what they like in the first place? And why are these parents teaching them not to have control? There's the same, like, just cause I live next door to a girl don't mean I'm gonna do anything with it. Like, you know what I mean? Is anybody teaching these little kids to not have sex, period,
right,
when you're like 10?
Stuff like that happens, and in those cases, it's stuff that happens it's like a random moment. Like in Terrence cases, it's happened to be like something that happened, which is like common in a group such as the Boy Scouts, which is why my mother wouldn't let me join the Boy Scouts when I was younger, because she didn't want me going off into the woods with gay men. With men, because who knows what can happen, whether it be with somebody my age or somebody that's older. I think that, to categorize between gay and straight at that age is just crazy.
And that's what Shaq owns it for. Go with it.
The whole fact of matters is making sure your child is okay and they safe. If you be more involved in the Boy Scouts, make sure that things like that ain't going on. people are so quick to judge and point the finger and separate and classify somebody in one group and into another, when people really need to do is take more initiative and actually give a fuck.
And Boy Scouts, I do want to extend a thank you because y'all helped me out during one of the toughest times of my life. Back when my mom was broke, and y'all, and sometimes during those camping trips, y'all were my only meal for the week. So I honestly want to thank y'all for doing that salad. But in closing, I think that you discriminating against gay families and against kids who you deem to be different or a little more feminine than the next one is wrong, because, like Comey and like Snook said, who even knows what they want at that age? You're told what you're supposed to want, and then you also know what you like. But who even really knows what they want? But that age is basically for them to decide, not you to decide.
So in the end, basically, kids are going to still continue to come in to the Boy Scouts because their parents, or either they don't know that they will end up being gay in the future, or whatever, because there's still training and stuff that kids can learn, that young boys can learn in the Boy Scouts that they probably wouldn't learn otherwise, through school and stuff. So they'll still come in there regardless, and it's not going to stop young boys from experimenting with each other. Straight boys experiment with each other too, and end up, married and living heterosexual lives, because, it's a curiosity thing. That stuff is still going to happen regardless. So, right. So why go out of your way to say we're not going to allow these people in there, because they're going to be in there anyway.
For some,
you can't stop them.
For some, gay sex and homosexuality is an experiment. For others, it's a preference. I mean, my mom told me at a young age. My mom told me when I was 16 that it's all right for you to experiment, to find out what your body likes and what your body doesn't like. It's a lesson learned. But that's what my mom told me. But in a sense, you should basically keep a better eye on the Boy Scouts.
And then I'm
wait. So your mother told you basically reach out and get in touch with yourself?
Yes.
Like have fun, explore, just party like babies?
Yes.
I always thought that Boy Scouts was an iffy program anyway. Like if I had a kid, I wouldn't let my child join the Boy Scouts unless I was involved in, there on a day-to-day basis. Just because of the simple fact, in my mind, I'm not gonna let my child be unattended with a bunch of grown men that I don't know. I probably trust, I don't trust nobody. But I mean, like that's just. I had to be more active, like just because it's just too much stuff that go on out here in the world. Like the world is a crazy place, and kids are precious things. So like, it's just not something that I think I'm too lenient towards when it comes to just letting my child go off. Pretty much go off with strangers.
And parents, do your damn job. Raise the kids. Stop plopping your kids in front of the TV or logging your kids onto websites. Actually sit down and talk with your kid. Not the babysitter, not Aunt Momo. You, the mother and or father. Talk to the kids.